All right. What do we go for here? Could go for Rhino spec. It's still worth 300, the unit, right? It's not the most useful unit, but this is pretty powerful. Go for crawlers. We're not even going to look at what he is. I don't think it makes a difference. We're going to go for the same thing, no matter what he does. Um, we put these in front of the tower. On the line. Right? So, no look. Let's start. Okay, missile strike. Yeah, I mean, potentially look for the missile strike. That would be smart, but I mean, I don't really want to play a completely different positioning just because of the missile strike. So, if he wants to missile strike this, he can. It's not a huge deal. Oof. Can't believe how effective these Void Eyes are. He actually doesn't have flying, so that's good. And the tarantulas don't have flying either. But it's interesting that he didn't click this energy absorption. He wants them to be ground carry units. Do we go missile strike of our own? Doesn't hit that much. I think we just skip and we go into our air units. So Phantom Ray, or I think Phantom Ray first, just because we do have the possibility of fire using the hounds. Could experiment with this positioning. Usually it's like this, but I think this is also the same. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't build any air units. And plus the Phantom Ray is a bit hardier against the missile strike. It doesn't kill the Phantom Ray. Alright. If he doesn't want to build any Phoenixes, we have to thank him very much for that. If we build the Phoenixes, we also show him like where to aim. Ooh, that was a really good shot though. He actually killed everything. It's an amazing shot. Yeah, maybe we should have positioned the Phantom Rays a little bit differently. Like I wasn't expecting the shot to hit everything. I think if this was a Phoenix, you wouldn't be able to actually clear up all this chaff in time. But the Phantom Ray has a little bit of splash, so it's pretty decent at a chaff clear sometimes. Okay, we both get levels. That's great. The Fang is not great to see. If he goes for late Fangs, I'd be really unhappy. Forward Fangs would be interesting. Just to give us something in front of the Hounds. But then again, if there's something in front of the Hounds, then the Tarantula just kills it. So it's kind of problematic. Marksman is actually not bad into his units. I think we're not going to play any units that we're not super in love with. So we'll just go for the cell. It's a little unfortunate. It's probably Phoenix. Could be more Phantom Rays. Could just be the fire right away. Let's just see. We can go for the fire right away. And it's going to be either a crawler to act as chaff, or it's going to be another hound. Hound can be good because it gives us extra fire. if he wants to try to intercept the hounds. But overall, the crawler's probably good if he's not going to intercept the hounds. So I think we just go with that. Okay, marksman behind. His drop is really, really amazing for him. So Tarantula as a first tech is something that we very, very rarely see anymore. Yeah, this was pretty bad. Guess he's weak into wasps here. Also, shield is going to be pretty good. Extended range Phoenix is very interesting. The damage item, the super heavy armor is also good on this. Imagine having that as just tanking. That could be crazy. Could be a crazy good play. Which I am considering it actually. But it's so much money. I think it's too much of a risk. I think we just skip or go for extended range Phoenix maybe. Yeah. I think it's too much of a risk. We can go for the wasps. Just get some wasps attacked as chaff. Another Phantom Ray. And I mean, I don't want to go for shield. He can counter it with some Mustangs pretty easily. I think I'd rather just go for an oil maybe. Go for the defense. Okay, he's got his own wasp. I don't know about clicking AA spec on the wasp. It could be a play, but we could also lose because he does have more of an like his wasps will be more back. So I'm thinking we'll just try to counter his wasps using another way. The haste module is interesting, but I don't think there's any units here that really can use the haste module. So let's just skip again. Definitely want to missile this. All right, so we're expecting AA spec. Going Mustang seems pretty dangerous, but might be necessary to go for Mustangs here. I don't love it. It's either that or we go AA spec ourselves. You know, it's a small price to pay. I don't think we build any more though. I do like the Phoenixes, but I also like getting like range or something on the I'm getting shield here. So not sure. Like I think it's probably more Phantom Rays just because we went for that upgrade. Maybe the aerial spec isn't going to be good because he's going to missile strike one of these guys. But what do we do if we have 200 left over? Well, we can go for a Phoenix. But I think it's too late. We don't have enough time. So we're just going to have to play this through. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. I mean... Okay, what is this? Overlord? How do you get the Overlord? Was that part of the... Okay. Well, the Overlord's scary, but... The A wasps are more scary. Especially since we have one pack. I'm not sure if the shield is amazing. It's probably not horrible since we got so many of them. But it's better than getting the Phoenix now. clearly. It's better than getting the Phoenix. Even if he wins the round, he did waste money on the Overlord. Unless he got it as a spell. I don't know. Did he get it as a spell? Yeah, there's no cost, so... Okay. Alright, so he's kind of made his board up here. We're getting really low on life. Still going to be a sell on the Farseer. Alright, so we'll go for Mustangs. Now we have to go for elite recruit Mustangs, I think. And the question is range or aerial spec. I think it's aerial spec, actually. Kind of in a bad spot here. We're going to need to go for a factory soon. Okay, so he's going for the Overlord. At least we went for this. It's just that we could easily burn. Okay, keeps going for the Wasps. The Wasps aren't doing anything. We might as well just leave them there so they're targets, but it's likely going to target the Mustangs. And the missiles are going to be annoying. We do have some very nice missiles lined up. And this is going to be, I think, a massacre. The only question is, I don't think we can go for a boat immediately here. Now the Phoenix looks really attractive. I think electromag impact makes sense. Continue to go for the missiles on the side. I don't know about upgrading though, because you cannot win against the Overlords with just that. We could go for range and just double down more on the Mustangs, since he's kind of committed. But I want some Phoenixes as well. Probably elite recruit some Phoenixes. Let's go range first, I think. Sell out of the ball. And it's missile. Missile. We do expect an oil, so we need to consider what we're going to do about the oil. I don't know. I don't know what we can do. Do we just upgrade one of these guys? This guy does like 20,000 damage. Let's just upgrade this guy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's very unlikely that we're going to be able to predict exactly this position of the fire, but at least we don't lose that much. And at least we use those missiles pretty smart. We do have the level 2 Phoenixes. So we're shutting this down. Like, I think we're doing like perfect. We're playing this almost perfectly. 10 out of 10. I'm surprised that this is going so well. Now the oil is coming down. The electromag is amazing. Does he have the electromag spell? No, he doesn't. Okay, so this is really bad for him. This is super bad for him. Do we go like this, or do we go... Yeah, we definitely go like this. We don't even care if his level 1 wasps get it. But he's not... Yeah, we're still going to get him. either way. Maybe we just make sure let's not waste too much time on this. Let's kind of just make sure we get some more wasp. I guess we want to also make sure we get his those tarantulas too. So yeah, now this is going to be really bad for us as well. Let's keep that in mind. We need to potentially dodge something here. Not sure which one he's going to go for. Maybe we shield one. So the Phoenixes are still good, but I think we might need more Mustangs. Let's go for a mix of Mustang. Let's click this. Let's oil him here. Continue to missile the corners. Maybe throw one chaff here. Okay. Got the wrong side. Yeah, this is bad for everyone. At least he put the chaff in front, but I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Like, we do have a lot of Mustangs. Our Phoenixes are still kind of strong, you know. Now everything is not disabled anymore. We're losing this side hard, but we're kind of winning this side. So looks kind of neutral. Just depends on who gets the first tower debuff. Okay. Wait a second. We're gonna be able to clean this up? We actually do. Okay. Okay, so we slightly lose. I think it's gonna be Fire Badgers are gonna be crazy for him. Let's go for a cell, I think. I mean, we could go for more Typhoons. Typhoons are always gonna be good. Let's just go for the Typhoons. It's not horrible. I think we might need I don't know. I think we just might need some more of these guys. These Phoenixes. So we'll continue to shield here. Maybe we'll shield this one. Maybe we'll shield all of them. Let's do a mix. Do we need aerial spec? Maybe. Let's do a mix of Phoenix and Mustang. Let's go for aerial spec. Let's continue to missile this. Continue to missile the corners. So do we go for another Phoenix is the question. I think so. Let's sell this and just get more missiles. So what changed here? Fire Badger with the heal, okay. It's not super scary, especially since they're slowed. At least we went for aerial spec on the Typhoons. That's going to be really good. And I feel like the Phoenixes are a little bit too much for him, or oof, our units are kind of getting locked on. The second volley comes out. This is not good. This is not looking good. It's so close, but it's so far. Oof. It's a nice quad tech. Oh my goodness. This is starting to... I think we lose here. There's no way we can come back from quad tech. Orbital bombardment. And the fire is just not good for us either. We'll go for this, obviously. Let's just try to bombard what we can. We'll EMP what we can as well. It's probably going to be these guys. Alright, so we're gonna need a lot of shields. I think we just doubled down on these guys, actually. I'm gonna trust in our Mustangs. Go for the attack. Sell something. Maybe we sell for Phantom Ray. Go for more missiles. Hopefully, I mean... Okay. Probably needed to go for shield on the Phoenixes. I think he's just got way too much stuff. And if we lock onto the Fire Badgers, it's not good. It's not going to be good. And once the... Yeah, that's going to be it. Wait. Is that going to be it? It is. What happened here? We were doing pretty well. I was thinking, you know, we were doing like 10 out of 10 in defense, and then all of a sudden it fell apart. Right, so basically what happened on round 8 was we lost 100 or something. And then round 9 we started losing pretty hard. And then on round 10 we lost even harder. So pretty much I think that the pivotal moment was round 8, where we lost like 100. We shouldn't have lost that much. And there was a spell, right? So we can take that into consideration. But the spell almost hurts. I mean, it hurts both of us, but maybe it hurts him more than us even. So we definitely take the spell. You know, we can fully EMP him. Right, so now... Thing is, you know, we do need a shield, I think, both of these guys. All right, that's something I think we need to take into consideration. Can throw down the oil here, or a little bit more north. Okay. So we can go for more Mustangs. Right, I think it's borrow. Go for this. Go for more Mustangs. More Mustangs is probably good, but we also need more Phoenixes, right? So let's see how many more Phoenixes we can get as well. Do we go for? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 1, 2, 3. But these guys are pretty high level, so maybe we just need to get more Phoenixes. Okay. Let's continue to missile the corners. And let's go for, I don't know, maybe a missile here, maybe another missile in the corner. So we didn't go for range. We just went for aerial spec, but we're disabled on these packs, but here you don't need the range. Right, so did we just did we lose because we clicked range? Because it looks really good here for us. Looks like we just win here. Yeah. That's what we should have done. Okay. And we could look at what did the damage. So we have the Phoenixes, then we have the Mustangs. All right, so I think it was just mainly, I think the problem was so did the Phoenixes do more? Not really. The Mustangs, at least the high level Mustangs did more. For the same amount of money, even the Mustang did a little bit more, right? You could see. And I think it's because maybe these guys were getting caught on chaff. So let's see what we actually did in the game. So, okay, we lose our Mustang and we click range. So was that the mistake? Was clicking range the mistake? I mean, how is clicking range the mistake? Should we just have gotten more Mustangs instead? Was that this? So we have 3 Phoenixes here. We have 1, 2, 3 Phoenixes. So we added more Mustangs, and we were not able to win because we went for range. And it's because we lost this this pack here, and I think we kind of lost our tower. So I think it was maybe more of just being too cheap to shield, like and he guessed correctly. So I think that was the mistake. So we'll try that again. We'll go for the range, because it looks to me actually that the range isn't the mistake. It's the lack of shielding was the big mistake. So we don't even need more Phoenixes. We just let's just click range. And maybe range is the correct play. Go for 2 more. We're gonna need to sell something, so a Phantom Ray can easily be sold. Even the 300 cost one is probably even better. Go for this. We can go for a lot of missiles. Maybe even a secondary missile on the side. These shields are actually pretty good. We're able to cover like 2 packs of Mustangs. So we'll try to remember this positioning in the future. Kind of looks like the missile did a lot as well, the secondary missile. So really the question is, you know, is the Mustang better or is the Phoenix better? I mean, I think you need a combination of both, but when he's got so many, when he has so many wasps, for sure you're going to rely on the Mustangs a bit more. The damage is not bad. You know, it's like 20k for 300 worth. You're getting a bit more value on these Mustangs. And of course, the Phantom Rays are completely useless. So I think a couple things here, like built too many Phantom Rays. The shield probably was a mistake because if he's going into the Wasps, you want to get out of the Phantom Rays as soon as possible. So going all in on the Phantom Ray was a huge mistake. Let's go back as well and take a look at that. Because at this point, the Phantom Rays have 0 value. So the fact that we spent so many deployments in the shields is going to work against us negatively. Right, so we did very well, you know, up until this point. The aerial spec first was smart. So this is where he went, I believe where he went for the boats. Right, so round 6 to round 7. So what did we actually do here from round 6 to round 7? We have how many Phantom Rays here? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at least we didn't build any on the round. He went for the so that at least that was smart. But we could have lowered our investment here. This is actually how many we wanted to stick with. So once we saw the wasps, okay, so let's see how this round went. So we lost by something, not a lot. So had we just went for the Mustangs here, that would have been a better play. And it kind of makes sense. Like you see his wasps. Do not build any more Phantom Rays once you see the wasps. Right? Do not invest any more into the Phantom Ray. And even a wasp tech is a mistake because we're not gonna go. We're always gonna be defending we're always going to be defending his wasps. We're not going to be playing wasps ourselves to try to defend. Most of the time, it's not going to work. So we could sell out of the ball. It's not a huge deal either way. We can go for range. We can go for attack. We could probably go for a missile. I think an attack. The range is probably important since we don't have a normal range here. So we'll see how this goes. Plus he's missiling the wasps as well. You don't want to invest 200 on the technology. That was already a mistake we identified. Now, for him to go for all these wasps, it's very predictable. He pretty much showed us what he was going to do the round before, and he just continued to do it. It would have been more tricky for him to pivot to something. Like let's say he pivots to what would be bad against this, like out of Vulcan or something. That would be tricky, but that's not what happened. He played it very, very straightforward, and this is what we should have done. And then we would have had more of those Mustangs ready for the future rounds. And you know he's already kind of committed, right? So this is probably what we should have done. Probably even should have sold out of the wasp. I think aerial spec is still smart here, even though he does have tarantulas. He's kind of not. It's not going well for him to go Spider-Mine first. Range would have been better into the Mustangs. Maybe that's what he would have done after, but he's paying for additional tech. Anyways, that's how you perfectly defend against this. It's our mistake there was the shield bubble. All right, so let's also take a look at those later rounds. So so we should have shield bubbled, and we could have just won here, right? Instead, we lose a little bit of HP, and then you know things start falling apart. So why don't we take a look here at what we could have done here? So we went for the Typhoon, but the Typhoon's actually bad because we already have like units that are doing the same thing. You never want to have like units doing exactly the same thing. So the Typhoon's bad. He's got a missile strike here. We're gonna elite recruit more Mustangs, and we're gonna shield them from the missile strike, as we've already learned. So it looks like we shield here, and we shield here. So we can do another technologies, plus 50% here, or we can do plus 24. I think it's almost worth. I think this is almost worth it. Let's just see if we can afford like everything. Okay, so we don't get the missiles off, but we can do this. We'd also just put the other one here as well. It might be better to just spread them out like this. All right. So this technology is not something I usually use. Maybe it's not worth it, but if our main like DPS is the Mustangs, it might actually be good here. So the problem for the Mustangs is that they're going into the Fire Badgers. The Fire Badgers are kind of killing them, but The Mustang's DPS is pretty good. Like, it can actually still kill the Fire Badger, even with the heal. It is actually causing some problems, though. You can see here. We're losing this side. We're kind of sweeping over here. Phoenixes are doing a little something. Okay, so we're going to be able to come back from this debuff. Looks like we are. Alright, so we're able to eke out a small victory there. It would have been better if we click this, but I think, you know, you get 50% instead of 24. Both are good. If you click this, I think we, you know, could potentially win by a little bit less with the tower, but it's very close. I don't think we can finish him. But it feels like the Mustangs is, like, our carry is actually the Mustangs, because when he comes out with more motherships, it's a huge problem. Right? So the problem is what happens next round, right? Like, because it doesn't seem like it's super easy to kill him on this round, even with all those Mustangs. Which is kind of disappointing. So we lose huge. So those Typhoons were a huge mistake. Now the Orbital Bombardment is good, but we've got to click Shield on our Phoenixes. So that's something I think we could take a look at, if it would have made a difference. So we'll probably just do this. We'll probably EMP the same thing. Try to catch those tarantulas in it. Alright, let's try to click shield. I think we can upgrade our Phoenixes. He actually doesn't go for the fire. So we did waste a lot of shields there, but it's kind of hard to predict what he's going to go for. Based on what we've learned so far, we need more of the Mustangs, I think, as a priority. Just because, well, you know, he's got the wasp production. He's got so many wasps. The Mustangs are just better, I think, than the Phoenix, because the Phoenix never will hit the target that easily. So we still need shields. Don't have that much money, but we could sell out of a Phantom Ray. Probably even want to sell out of this one, just so we can get some more money. Probably put, I mean, I don't know, like probably put a shield here, probably put a shield here. I think that's probably it. Let's go for the attack upgrade, and maybe a shield here. I don't know. Shields look pretty good. They cover almost everything. These Fire Badgers are tanking so hard. I think that's why we're actually losing this. We don't have an answer for the Fire Badger. And then, you know, it's just too late, I think, when he gets this many. But wait a second. Wait a second. Is it too many? Doesn't look like it's that many at all. We're actually almost able to win this here. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we lose a lot less there. Is there any other scenario where we could win this here? Like, I mean, we go for the spell. We need to go for the spell, I think. Do we just skip the spell? Do we go for the fire instead? No, we can't skip the spell. Do we EMP the wrong area? I don't think so. This is a very nice area to EMP. Should we have gone for, like, the armor-piercing bullets instead? Right? And then just get level 1 Mustangs? And what about the attack upgrade? Let's sell out of our most valuable unit. The shield is maybe necessary, but maybe it's better for us to just buy more. Like, maybe we'll go for a level 2. So we're gonna just go all in on these Mustangs. Now we only have enough money for one, so we're basically saying, hey, we don't care if we lose our Phoenixes, which I'm not sure how good of an idea that is. Well, let's just see what happens here. I think we might lose a Mustang to this. Like maybe a pack and a half here. Looks pretty good. Like we're not getting hit super hard. Okay. So this is max damage Mustangs. But it looks like everything is just closing in on us even way worse now. But once they touch the boats, it kind of looks like they pop super quick, but it's just not working. So the problem is, I mean, is it ever just more Phoenix? Like, is that the answer? Because the problem we were having was the all of those. So we can go for shield, and let's go for more Phoenix. The problem is, you know, these pesky fire badgers at 13k. We might even need charge shot. So what if we just go all in on those things instead? So we'll need a shield here. We need a shield here. We'd still sell out of this, and that gives us 3 more Phoenix. Probably the missiles on the side are not bad. Just to slow everything down. Let's see if Phoenixes are the answer. Just because he did transition into Fire Badger in a certain sense. I'm not sure if you call it a transition, but maybe we need something to deal with the Fire Badgers. And the Phoenixes, obviously, with Charge Charters, some of the best things you can choose. Right, and the charge shot might make the Phoenixes a little bit more vulnerable, but that could almost be a good thing, right? Because like you want the Phoenixes to be expendable. Like if he shoots the Phoenixes first, then that's good. Okay, wait a second. Somehow the Phoenix is actually looks like it's the answer here. I wasn't expecting that. We're not able to win, I think, but I mean, with 2 rounds in a row, we will be able to win. So how much did these guys do? So this is 200. It did 26k. It did way more than the Mustang. This guy did 18k. Right, this guy did 20k. These are all level 1, 17k, 38k. That's interesting. So, like, wait a second. So 170 range compared to with this, it's 185. So slightly less range. So, like, maybe even, but then you know you have the wasps don't actually kill the phoenixes. That's super interesting. So, okay. I mean, I was thinking, you know, they'll kill the fire badger quicker, and maybe with the fire badger, like the fire badger were tanking way too much for the Mustangs. I mean, they're healing at, it was a really good move, 4.5 a second. So that's like, what is that? Like 450, like maybe 600, something like that, 600 a second. And this is doing, you know, this is doing, okay, so this is doing only 250 a second, but per unit though. So I don't know, like, this is doing like 250 but per unit, but then he's got 3 units. So maybe it is just too tanky. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe also the tarantulas are too tanky. So maybe it's just we need a better mix of Phoenix and Mustang here. So even though we wanted almost all Mustangs, I think that would be valid if he only had this air army. But because he's adding more, like more of these tanky fire badgers, I think that's when we have to transition to the Phoenix. Okay, so we'll take a look at when he added those fire badgers. It wasn't this round. It was a round prior. This is the round where, and you know, the other mistake was going for the typhoons, right? Never go for the same item, or never go for the same unit. And then we also had to tech them. So what if we just went for, like, let's say EMP here? All right, we'll upgrade everything, continue to shield. And what if we just continue to get more and more of the phoenixes? You can get level 3 phoenixes now. I mean, level 2 phoenixes. I mean, they will get hit, but I'm not sure it's going to be a huge deal. So we got a pretty nice mix here. Let's continue with the missiles again. As we know, like, the phoenixes with the charge shot is really, really good into the overlords as well. He kept all his overlords at level 1, which is pretty smart. Maybe it's just the okay, so here we have a pretty huge problem with the chaff clear. I'm not sure what happened here. That's something also that we did wrong. Does look like the Phoenix Mustang is a really good pairing because the DPS on the all right, so we lose here. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like the Mustang is probably still better for some reason. And I think it's because of the chaff clear. We didn't quite have the chaff clear. Like we had the crawlers coming in, and I think it was, you know, I think this chaff clear, we don't have any chaff clear except for the fire and the couple phantom rays. So you could probably put a phantom ray here, but then, you know, do you really want to put a phantom ray here? Is the question. Like, we're trying to get out of phantom rays. So a phantom ray here theoretically could solve the problem, but then will it really solve the problem? You'd also need to put one here. All right, let's not go for the shield. Can go for maybe a Phoenix. Let's go for the attack upgrade. Kind of have way too much money. Maybe we go for just a defense upgrade just for fun, since we can't spend our money. So we still only have 4 Phoenixes. That's because we don't have our deployments, but at least we have these late, or I guess, see, the crawlers are kind of gone, but there's, you know, there was still some. It was kind of delaying the wasp clear there. And the HE is really devastating. I don't think the Phantom Rays did that much. think it's better to just to build more Mustangs in this situation, but for some reason, on that last round, it was better to build the Phoenixes. I think we kind of already got the critical mass. So yeah, I don't know why that round 9 actually the Phoenixes don't work so well, but then round 10 it works. I think it's just, you know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Mustangs. We might just need to go more Mustang heavy. So what we did here was, yeah. We went for more Phoenix with range. And we went for the Typhoons. The Typhoons were the huge mistake. And now the correct solution on the last round is just to click the charge shot. Right? We already have the Mustangs. It's really hard to say how many Mustangs you need exactly and how many Phoenixes you need exactly. But in this case, it looks like, I don't know, it's almost like half and half, you know, something like that. I guess it all just depends on how much wasp production he has coming in plus the chaff. Because if you have chaff coming in, then you need the Mustangs more than you need the Phoenix. But then if the chaff comes in, you've kind of already screwed up. So it's kind of tough, like no matter how we put this. I don't know if there's another kind of play. Like, do you really go for a Vulcan here just to kill like one pack of chaff? I don't think so. Fire Badgers really do die pretty well to the Phoenixes. So Phoenixes seem like they have a lot of sense. Is the EMP necessary on the Phoenix? I don't think so, because when the Phoenix hits the, I mean, we could try. We just try going quad tech on the Phoenix. It's the one thing we haven't tried. So we want to shield here. We want to shield here. Let's try quad tech. Okay, we can't afford it, but we can sell something like this. Yeah, this isn't so good here. I mean, we still have Phoenixes that we didn't even upgrade. It's definitely not loving this. Maybe a pull is also interesting. I don't know. Why don't we just keep everything like the same just for this experiment? There is also an argument for speed, but not quite sure if that's a good idea because the Mustangs will run into the fire. The center crawler could actually be pretty good. It centralizes all his stuff in the middle. Yeah, I don't think you want quad tech Phoenixes just because the Phoenixes will never lock on to those units. And when the Watts production comes out, it's just looking pretty bad. I'm surprised it's not actually more Mustangs here because it seems like the Mustangs are doing more than anything else. Like it feels like once you clear the chaff, you just win because, you know, that's the one thing you're worried about is just too many chaff. The Mustangs do so much DPS. The only thing they don't do well against is the Fire Badger. But he doesn't have like a million Fire Badgers. So, I don't know. I really don't understand why it's not way more Mustangs. Maybe the missile slowing this down is actually pretty important. Because here we're like kind of, this is not good. These guys are basically doing nothing. And now they're trying to clear the chaff. They're just instantly dying. They're finally back onto target. But it looks pretty good here. It really looks pretty good here. Okay, so the Mustangs are actually, yeah, the Mustangs actually look like the best. I'm not sure what we did incorrectly on the first playthrough. Maybe we didn't spread them out correctly. Maybe we didn't have the shields properly. But this looks like the best way to play it actually now. So now it actually makes sense. We just need more Mustangs, and I'm surprised even with. I mean, I think it's some more missiles here would probably be pretty good just to clear his chaff coming in. Some like missiles around here would be even better. Just like a whole. I don't even think you need the extra 50%. Like the 50% is good, but I wonder if it's just more missiles is better. Because I mean, is the 50% too risky? It's 700 for the tech. They always say that this is just way more worth it. All right, we pretty much have Mustangs everywhere. All right, and we can sell something like this. And let's just see how many missiles we can put down. I mean, we don't want to necessarily missile his okay, so we can't actually put down any more missiles. We don't actually want to missile his like these things. So we're basically just ignoring the shield on the Phoenix. 150 left over. Not sure what to do. All right, well, we're just experimenting to see if we actually need this technology or not. I think our missiles are not going to be going anywhere correct here. It's these late crawlers that are causing problems. They're not going into the fire for some reason. I think it's just the fire is kind of expiring. Maybe going behind the shield is also doing a little bit for us. Yeah. Like, I mean, see, like, you would have lost the tower if it weren't for that shield. So I think the shield's doing something for us. So, yeah, we're still able to win. So at least we kind of know what we need to do there. I think it's just more Mustangs. All right, guys. That was a long one, but it was something that we needed to learn.